Three New Zealanders.
And the field of 12 being introduced to the crowd here, a crowd of 80,000 people. Three New Zealanders in this final, the first time since 1982 that three New Zealanders have lined up in a 1500-metre final. Kevin Sullivan from Canada won a silver medal in this event in 1994. Does a lot of his training with Nick Willis at the University of Michigan. There is Adrian Blincoe, based in Philadelphia, coached by the Irishman Marcus O'Sullivan. 3:35.50. He's pumped up and ready to go. Ran his best time in Italy last year. Very patriotic Australian there. Jeremy Roff, only fifth at the Australian Championships, but made it through to this final.
1-2-1-7, twice a US collegiate
very much like an old Empire Games lineup. This with the three Kiwis, three Aussies, two Canadians. There's the second one. And Nate Brannen, and two Englishmen, and only two from Africa, two Kenyans. Nick McCormick, he's the British champion, ran 3:52 for the mile at the Commonwealth Games last year. So two Englishmen here. Right down on the inside is Nick Willis, who was first introduced to the crowd. He has the fastest time, 3:32.38. The New Zealand record he set in Paris last year. New Zealand had never won the gold medal in the 1500 metres at the Commonwealth Games. Sure, Peter Snell and Jack Lovelock won the mile, but since the mile went metric in 1966, we've had a smattering of silver medals to John Walker, who's won two. Dick Quacks, who won a silver in 1970 in Edinburgh. But
on your marks,
you have to go back to 1962. Peter Snell won the gold medal in the mile at Perth. Men's 1500 metres final underway. Great sight to see three black singlets there for New Zealand. And Nick Willis, unlike his start in the 1500-metre heat, staying very close to the pace there. One of the Kenyans alongside of him, the Englishman as well. The other two New Zealanders. There goes Hamblyn down on the inside, and Blincoe running very wide at the moment. Not much pace on Martin Gillingham through the first 150 metres.
No, but Willis has got himself towards the front, and he is unquestionably the best of three New Zealanders. Willis has proved he can run fast times. He did that last year with that run in Paris. He now has to prove on this stage that he can race as well. He's got himself on the curve in fourth place. At the moment, they're going to go through 300 metres in about 44 seconds. That's pretty quick. It'll suit Willis.
Buster Mottram, as he's known here, Craig Mottram alongside Willis, and Steve Cram, who won this race twice, just sitting a few feet away from me, said a couple of minutes ago that he believes that Mottram will be feeling the effects of that 5,000 metres in his legs, but he believes the crowd here of 80,000 will carry him through, and it will be no real issue for Mottram. But remember, a month ago in New Zealand, Nick Willis out-kicked Mottram to win a mile in 3:52 at Cook's Gardens in Wanganui. A psychological advantage there a month ago for Willis, looking very controlled.
Willis is running a super race. He's in the perfect position. Just don't get carried away. Let Mottram make the first move, and then when Mottram goes, Willis must follow him. If he does that, I've got no doubt that Willis has got the quality to beat the Australian.
Just over 2 laps to go as he does a quick check behind him. Adrian Blincoe there in fourth place, and down on the inside, Paul Hamblyn, the other New Zealander. It's the Englishman, 13:46, the British champion. Tall figure of Nick McCormick that leads from Willis. He takes a quick look at the big screen just in front of him. The check sees Mottram there right behind him. Then the other Englishman, Andrew Baddeley. Then Blincoe. Two other Australians, Mark Fountain and Jeremy Roff at the back. And there is carnage on the track. Down goes, I think, one of the Englishmen.
It's Baddeley who's gone down, and he's a good miler. He could have featured here, so we've lost him. And also, of course, has gone down Mottram. So the big man has gone down, and the race has changed complete complexion.
And one of the Kenyans also stopped halfway down the back straight and took his shoes off. So it's all happened in the space of 100 metres. Two of them are gone. There's the Kenyan. He's running with one shoe. He took one shoe off, and away he went. Mottram really now trying to get back onto this as they come down with 120 metres to go. Still no pace on this race. It's McCormick. The three New Zealanders are there. Willis in absolutely the perfect position. What has he got over the last 400? Away goes Willis.
Well, it's brave move. He's now got to keep on going. He's feeling strong. He's opened up 4 or 5 metres. But rather like said Cohen in his pomp, he must now kick and kick and kick again. If he does that, the title is his.
200 metres of the race to go. Has he gone too early, Willis? What has he got left over the last 200 metres? The field are closing in on him. The Canadians are there, as is the Kenyan. Kombich is there as well in 5th place. Hamblyn, the New Zealander, as well. He's in the home straight. What's he got over the last 100 metres? It's Willis. He's got a very useful lead. He looks as if he's got it up to control. Away goes Nick Willis. They won't catch him. And Willis in the nick of time wins the gold medal. 3:38.49. Second place to Nathan Brannen of Canada. A superb race. Well, we said a couple of hours ago, run a sensible race and you'll win the gold medal. And that's exactly what he did. An absolutely perfect race. A race that Peter Snell and John Walker, I'm sure, who's watching this back in New Zealand, will be immensely proud of.
Well, he can use this victory as a platform from which to develop a world-class career on the world stage. In the end, they did the job for him. He ran the perfect race. Mottram got himself tripped up. But again, Willis must take credit for that. He got himself out of trouble. We criticised him 12 months ago in Helsinki when he ran a shocking race to go out in the semi-finals. But here, he was utterly faultless. And in the end, it couldn't have been easier. I suspect there was rather more there if he needed it. The race here is on for second, and Hamblyn's run a terrific race, hasn't he? Chasing home.
Just pipped by Mottram, by Mark Fountain for the bronze medal. And Hamblyn, 3:39.38, finishes in 4th place. And further back was Adrian Blincoe in 3:44. As we have a look at it again down the back straight where all the drama started.
Well, there it is. It's Baddeley who goes down, and Baddeley falls forward, and he takes out Mottram. Now, that's bad luck for Mottram. Mottram's done nothing wrong. I suspect that Baddeley got pushed from behind as well. People like John Walker watching this at home, they'll just simply say, well, that is miling, and that is why you've got to look after yourself.
Well, there's a certain irony there, Martin, because John Walker himself was tripped by an Australian at the Commonwealth Games in a 1,500 metres final. I think it was Auckland 1990, and Willis, look at the eyes, searching the big screen. And wonderful moment for Nick Willis. He joins a really select band of New Zealanders. How about this? Only Jack Lovelock and Peter Snell and now Nick Willis have won a gold medal in the 1,500 metres or mile at the Commonwealth or Empire Games. And here's how he did it. The man from the University of Michigan via Lower Hutt. The relief, absolutely pervasive on the face and body of Nick Willis. This is absolutely amazing. 44 years New Zealand have waited for this moment. Is this the start of another golden era for middle distance running for New Zealand? We hope to hear from Nick Willis in just a moment. Jane Kiley down there, and they're just waiting for Nick Willis to come back our way. You can imagine he is very much the toast of the stadium at the moment, along with Paul Hamblyn doing a lap of honour. The New Zealanders in large numbers from the other sports here. There's Valerie Adams, you can see it in the background. 2 gold medals for New Zealand at track and field, and a little kind of thumbs up sign between the two of them, Willis and Valerie Veely.
I saw a few tears flowing down the cheeks of Jason Stewart, the finalist in the 800 metres. So the team spirit's strong in the Kiwi team. There's Nate Brannen, who's another man who knows Nick Willis very well. They spend quite a bit of time together. They share the same shoe sponsor. And I remember myself actually hosting a press conference at the World Outdoor Championships last year in Helsinki with Willis on the left shoulder and Brannen on the right. And they all get on well. And Brannen there, a terrific run from him. But in the end, Willis, he was so far apart from the rest. Yes, the others... other contenders rather helped him out. And here we go. Let's see it again. Now, Baddeley, just on the right of the screen, wearing the white vest. Now, he's tripped from behind.
I tell you what, Martin, the 2 New Zealanders were very lucky there not to get caught up on the carnage. Hamblyn and Blincoe did very well to tiptoe their way over those bodies.
And another one looking at that. The trip was caused, I'm not saying it's his fault, but it was Kevin Sullivan who caught the back heel of Baddeley, who fell forward and caught Mottram. Now, Kevin Sullivan, who's dabbling a bit with coaching at the moment, and he, of course, is very good mates with Nick Willis. So Kevin Sullivan, I understand, holds the watch occasionally on Nick Willis's track